Hey Cancer, welcome to Black Star Tarot. Thank you guys for stopping and watching. This is your love reading for the month of March. Let's give the cards a really good shuffle and see what energies we have coming in for you guys. Spirit, show me clearly. Messages for Cancer. So we have the Ten of Swords. We have the Queen of Swords. Ooh. We have the Two of Swords. We have the Wheel. We have the Seven of Swords. And we have Judgment. And then, so here's the thing, right? There's something new starting here from the gate. All right. I just feel like with the Wheel here, and whenever the Wheel shows up, you know, it's kind of like things changing, things turning around, moving forward in some way when it, in your, well, not in some way, but, you know, in your relationship. Okay. So I see decisions here. All right. I see, someone sitting back and really reflecting on what is next. Where do we go? How do we deal with this connection? I see someone with, particularly with the Seven of Swords, who could have potentially dealt with some type of, you know, sneaky behavior or deception here. And I feel that someone's made the decision to say, hey, you know what? I'm tired of this. Enough is enough. Okay. So yes, enough is enough. So we have the card of separation. Okay. I feel like a lot of you, or some of you, may have come to the conclusion that whoever you may be dealing with right now isn't worth waiting for. You're not worth waiting for them to change, you know, waiting for them to see the light of what you're trying to give them. You know, some people aren't, you know, they meet good people, they get into relationships with good folk, right? And then they just take advantage. And I feel like that is what you guys are letting go of this month. Like you're letting go of the cheater, the liar, you know, the manipulator, the person who doesn't want to hold their own weight, whatever it is that you've had to make a decision. And I feel like it's been rough, right? We have the Two of Swords, you know, upright, and then we have Judgment, you know, in reverse. And I feel like, hey, you know what? It was about time, because for some of you, it took you a while to come to this separation. You just didn't wake up and say, you know what, I'm out. Like it took you a minute to come to this. Okay. Yeah. So you got two. So we have base shot. Oh, we got three. Oh, Lord. All right. Okay, we can deal with this. We can deal with this. So let's just go for it. So we have the base chakra. So a lot of you, I feel, I don't want to say this. It's almost like your intuition, or the way that you imagined this relationship to be hasn't, you know, quite been so. You know what I'm saying? Like, I almost feel that, you know, what you imagined this relationship to be like just has not, right? Particularly with this clarity, you know, and belief. I feel that you've come to the realization that your person either didn't live up to the expectations, or that you just come to the realization that this is just probably, you know, not going to work, you know. And I feel that you deserve more. So there could have been definitely some issues with money when the base chakra shows up, because that chakra is all about, you know, earthly issues like survival, the physical body, you know, issues with money, safety, shelter, things of that nature. So I feel that this is pretty much, you know, what your relationship has pretty much, you know, been about. You could have had someone here that was more interested in keeping a roof over their head than in, you know, being in a loving and nurturing relationship, you know. And that's crazy. You got 2 wands here. So I feel that you got 3 wands, 1, 1, and 1, you know. And the wands really speak of your intuition, like following like that inner voice, like being caution, you know, have caution, like pay attention to, you know, your feelings. If you feel like someone's not right or someone's not doing right, then maybe they're not. Okay, maybe they're not. So a lot of you have been avoiding the truth. Okay, you know, in this relationship, I feel like your person's been putting things like right in your face, and because you believed in them, because you wanted this connection to work. I feel like you kind of hung in there. All right. Eight of Swords. I always say with the Eight of Swords that, you know, you shouldn't feel guilty, right? You shouldn't feel guilty because of this. So you know, like a lot of you, I just got like a loaded a loaded message here. So let me just back up for a minute. Because because of the fact that you're gentle, you're kind, you're loving, you're affectionate, you're in touch with your emotions, I feel like because of that, because of the gentle side of you, a lot of you have been putting up with someone here because of the fact that you probably didn't want to say throw them out on the street. Okay, you know, a part of you may feel guilty. You know, you may feel like you would rather, you know, restrict yourself from happiness than to, you know, push away someone here that you know is not making you happy. Okay, but I feel like the universe is like, you know what, hey, Cancer, you know, enough is enough. Okay, enough is enough. Some of you could be dealing with the wheel here. An Aquarius, Leo, Scorpio, Taurus. Judgment is usually Scorpio, so strong Scorpio energy here. So you could be dealing with another water sign. And sometimes, you know, we meet people who are all about, you know, self-survival, right? It's all about, you know, their needs and maybe not yours. And I feel that, you know, you agree to some extent, like, you know what, I don't want to be mean. I don't want to throw this person out on the street. So some of you could be suffering from guilt right now of legitimately letting this person go. But the will is just like, it's time. It's time. It's time for something new. It's time for a turnaround, right? It's time for movement and change. And that's what you guys have coming in here. So this queen is coming in, laying down the law. She's just like, hey, Cancer, enough is the frick enough. Okay, there's enough of this person, you know, lying. There's enough of this person, you know, avoiding responsibility, because that is what somebody's doing here with this. You know, you have someone here that you've been living with that won't even pick up a mop or even pay a bill for some of you. And you're not here, you know, to take care of them. I think you've put a lot into this dynamic, particularly with strengthening bonds here, but you know, it's not enough. It's time for you to step outside and to it's just time for you to let this person go. That's all. I think that's all, you know, I'm really focused on here. And although this has come, you know, after a time of you really trying to hang in here, really trying to guide someone, you know, believe in them, you know, show them a better way. You've been taking care of somebody here. And I feel that they have not been doing the same for you. So I feel like right now you're at that crossroads where it's just like, you know, what am I going to do? You know, should I leave them? You know, should I let them go? And a lot of you are like, look, I'm out. You know, I'm out. Like, they will be fine. Like, you guys need to rest. You need to, you know, surrender this, because the universe, you know, the will is a major. So, and so is, you know, judgment. So I feel like it's time. It's time, you know, to review your decisions. It's asking you to make a decision. And a lot of you have. I don't think you're really thinking about what to do with this person. You're not thinking about letting them go. I think you've made the decision. So this month is the month, I think, where you're going to lay down the law, you know, where you're going to, you know, have to say, hey, look, I can't support you, you know, any longer. Okay, you know, I feel like with these ones here, this is you doing it all, right? This is you, you know, taking care of everything while your person is like literally doing nothing. And I think this is what's causing the separation. So cross watcher, if you're wondering like what is going on with Cancer, I just want to let you know that because of your lack of responsibility, you know, you're not putting in on the relationship, you're not doing nothing. I feel like for some of you, you're just kind of like laying around. Like Cancer's like, you know, enough is enough. So this month, I feel like you guys have made this decision to kind of surrender this. And I honestly feel like it's going to be a breath of fresh air. Like when this person's gone, Cancer, you're going to be able to breathe, because there's no love here. There's no love here. It's just someone waiting around so that they can, you know, benefit themselves for the most part. I just see someone like with their hand out, not trying to grow, you know, not working on a relationship. And I feel for some of you, it's like, God, I knew this was going to happen. You know, I knew this person was a piece of crap. And they, I feel like they have been. So here we go, right? Let's see What else we have here for you guys? You had a lot that came out. You got a lot of cards, right? So I do feel like you've made the decision, to let this person go. You've made the decision, to move on with your life, okay? For good reason, okay? I think you're dealing with a bum, look at here. So we have a divine lesson. And honestly, I think any divine lesson that's coming through is just for you to love you, to take care of you, to focus on you. Stop being so, I want to say stop being so caring, because that's not what I'm trying to articulate. I think what I'm trying to say is that it's okay to care and love, but not to the extent to where, you're neglecting what you need, okay? So Spirit is trying to say, hey, look, it's time to let this go, right? It's time to let it go. So we have a past life love. We have mixed signals, uncertainty, confusion. And yeah, I see that with the Two of Swords. Like, I see the confusion. For some of you, this is not your first rodeo with whoever you're dealing with, right? Either you've dealt with them in the past and had the same result, okay? Or you've dealt with other people in the past, again, not putting yourself first, like not taking care of yourself, and I feel that this is why, this is happening, right? We have this vicious cycle here because maybe some of you are not learning a lesson, and the lesson simply is to love yourself first, right? So I can tell you now, like, if you haven't let this person go quite yet, like if you haven't delivered, this news, then just know that your person is going to want to change, like immediately, right? They're going to, ask you for, a second chance. They're going to want to reconcile. They're going to want to start all over again, because you got ones all over the table, okay? And ones often speak of, fresh starts, aces, new beginnings, and things like that. So there's an energy here of where whoever this person is, they're going to, as soon as you dump them, they're going to want to start all over again. They're going to beg you, hey, let me back. I'm going to change, right? For others of you, these ones are basically the fact that, you've been through this before with this person. Like, this is not, your first time. You've dealt with this person before, and then you started again. Just holding on to hope, I think a lot of you have been doing, particularly with this clarity and belief. That's how I feel. Like, you're holding on to the hopes that this person, is going to change, because ending the relationship, isn't necessarily, what you wanted. But I feel like in the past, you've had issues with them before. They may have left you in a place where, you've had to ask yourself, does this person even really care about me? And some of you have come to the realization that if it's either they don't, or it's just that they care about themselves more. So, you're second to them, whereas you're putting them first and putting yourself last. And that's the complete opposite, that Spirit, wants you to do. Okay, so this is where we are this month. You're so sweet, Cancer. I can't stand it. Like, you're so sweet. I think I'm a little colder, like I love people. I swear I do. But I'm telling you, man, I'm so sick of, people who are so dysfunctional and selfish. It's just not, I just can't, right? All right. What else do we have for Cancer? What else do we have? So you've made the decision, like you're letting this person go, right? Finally, right? You're just like, I just can't do this anymore. It's just too much. I almost feel like there's like some type of memories here. That's why I'm feeling like a lot of you have dealt with this person before. Like, I feel like I keep feeling like nostalgia in some way, right? Particularly with this fantasy card, daydreaming, imagining, and fantasizing. And I feel like, look, yeah, life is hard, right? Because some of you could be thinking about things that they've done before. Why did you let them in again? I just feel like there's a lot of thoughts going, through your head. You're just trying to, I don't know, I think you're thinking about your decisions right now, okay? And it's been bittersweet, but I feel that, your choice or your decision to let this person come back after I feel like there was a separation in the past is because, you just put a lot of belief in them, okay? A lot of trust in them. And I feel that every time, you've done that, it leads into some type of betrayal or them just not holding up, you know, their promises, okay? Because I feel like you may have somebody here that knows that you're very empathetic, someone who knows that you could be, you know, a vulnerable, you know, to some extent, or they know that you're receptive to, you know, their pleas. But I don't like this because, you know, that's kind of like, you know, manipulation, you know what I'm saying? You know, so we have this card of stress and tension and arguments. And yeah, I see that, you know, for some of you here, because I feel like you're dealing with somebody who is just not on, you know, the up and up. I can't stand the Seven of Swords. Like, you know, anybody in that energy really bothers me, you know, because they're sneaky, you know, they just got a lot of issues going on. And you got pride, arrogance, and stubborn. So I don't feel like getting rid of this person is going to be easy. I don't think, like, particularly say if you live with them, it may be a struggle, you know, to get them to leave. I don't think they're just going to throw their hands up and you tell them to get out and they're going to be like, okay. I don't think so. I think they're probably, you know, going to maybe put up a little bit of a fight, so to speak. Okay, so a lot of you may have already tried to get rid of this person. I do, because I feel like, particularly with that Eight of Swords there, that some of you may feel like you're stuck with them. You know, you could be living in a house with someone that you really want gone, you know, but you may feel like you're kind of stuck because they may be refusing, you know, to go. And that's going to cause a little conflict and some clashing, I think, between the two of you this month. But I respect the fact that you're going to be dropping boundaries, you know, and you're going to make it known that, you know, it's time to go. Like, lesson learned with this person, right? You know, lesson learned, karmic lesson, I got it. You know, I feel like a lot of you are getting the message that, you know, it's time to get away from these type of, you know, relationships. They suck, right? And they're going to keep coming back, you know, until you are aware, right? Until you realize that, you know, you need to distance yourself and put more focus and depth into loving you and not so much into loving others. So that's what I have for you this month, Cancer. I think you're going to lay down the law. You've made your decision. You know, this separation is official, and I don't think you're going to let this person back again. I feel like you've learned your lesson this time around.